All right, well, I made this little video because at our brokerage, we just transitioned over to Real Broker, and it took us a long time to figure out the best fit for us going forward. We've been an independent brokerage for quite a while, and we were deciding between did it make more sense for us to move over to the Exp platform, which is fantastic, or over to the Real Broker platform, which had just entered our market. I'm an analytical mind. I don't make decisions off emotion. So the biggest thing I wanted to do was run a scenario that I could arm all of my realtors with. And at this point, we had 80 realtors with us. Now 72 have come across over with us to Real Broker. And a big reason for that is they got a better sense for the dollars and cents of what it would be like to have and or take money out of their pockets. So what I did with my engineering mindset was build this kind of real versus exp calculator, not to put shade on one versus the other, but just to paint the true picture. And that's what I wanted to walk you through here. I feel like I've had enough of these conversations now that it made sense to put this out just so people can have a sense for the dollars and cents differences. Now, there's a lot more differences between both companies, but a lot of times agents, the first thing they go to is how much money, how often, what's my cap, all those things. So this spreadsheet, this exercise is only to speak to that point. EXP and both Real have incredible solutions on the back end, behind the scenes. Both are completely different size companies, different markets, and even different like long-term focuses. So again, I'm not going into any of that here. If you just want to know the pennies, the dollars, the cents, this is something that you should be able to like walk through, and potentially this helps you. Now, of course, if you have questions because you're like, Darren, I don't really understand what you're doing here, or how does this apply to my market, my scenario? This was built to say, I'm at a current brokerage. I have a current set of costs. But if I'm considering one of these agent-owned platforms, which one's the best fit for me? And let me see the numbers. So in my modeler here, you'll see I've got some inputs that we would put in for every realtor. Right, I've got anticipated deals for the upcoming year. What's your average sale price? What's your typical commission rate? And then, of course, your current brokerage setup. And I've got it built out as much as I could. The splits, the cap on split. Do you have a team? Do you have a split to your team leader? Do you have a brokerage deal fee? Do you have a current cap on the deal fee? Do you have a brokerage monthly fee, right? There's all these fees we get charged. And then for many franchise-based agents, they have an overarching set of like national ad fees or local ad fees. I wanted to capture this all. Now, another top thing here is you'll see, because in the EXP structure and the Real Broker structure, a big portion is our ability as agents to earn when the company's earning and growing and profiting. And this is a game changing. So again, opting into the share purchase plan as an option. Again, I believe almost all of my agents have done this, and I would suggest it as well. Now, there's also an opportunity, as you know, to attract agents to the company. The company pays you very well, but they pay you differently. I've set it up again here to say, well, if I did attract somebody, what total revenue level would this agent be? And that's what I wanted to share, because not every agent's going to be a full capping agent. You should never allow somebody to attempt to sell you on the fact that you will earn max revenue share. That's not always going to be the case. Every one of you will do this differently. I've also put in the US exchange rate because here I'm in Canada, that matters. In the US, I have a calculator built for the US systems, because both on EXP and on Real, the US systems are a little different from the cost structure in Canada. So if you are an American agent listening to this, want to know more, I could take you through a screen share specific to your market in the US, and the things would be changed based on your cost structures versus the Canadian one. And then in here, again, we have to be fair. Let's talk about share growth, both from EXP and from Real. Right, EXP's been around for a while. You've seen its share run. Real is newer to the system. We've seen its little mini share run as well since it went live on the NASDAQ. And based on your own perception of which way the companies would go, you can make a decision to adjust this as well. So let's go into this. I'm going to put an average agent in here. Let's say a one deal a month agent, just to be safe, with an average sale price. Now, in In Calgary, where I'm at, it's 450. I'm going to drop it down to say 400, and this is our average commission rate. Again, wherever you are listening to this, this is going to be different. If you're in Vancouver, if you're in Toronto, or if you're in US, again, many of you charge a lot more. And we'll put in some scenarios. Let's put in a typical scenario that I hear often out there, where people have a kind of like a brokerage split of an 80-20. Let's go 20. They have a cap, say 15K. They are earning 100% because they're a solo agent. Let's go no deal fee. So there's no cap on that, but they do have some kind of monthly fee. You see like a $4.95 often, and then any other charges. Well, let's just leave those blank for now. Okay. All right. So let's scroll down. So here we go. This the way I've built this, and this is the way I think, is money in my pocket, rewards I get, how much take-home dollars do I have to work with. Those are all important. And again, this is set up to speak to the column here on the left is your current brokerage cost structure. Then the blue is real, the orange is EXP. And then again, there's a lot of different scenarios. Again, you would have to reach out to me directly to dig into the team agent setup, the mega team agent setup. And there's both rules for both of those in both companies, but I've got them all kind of captured here behind the scenes in the algorithm of my spreadsheet. But this is the big thing. This is how I think about it, and I think how you should think about it in terms of dollars and cents. And then you can always tack on the rest of the things that each brokerage offers. So brokerage costs, gross brokerage costs in this scenario, the current gentleman, this artificial agent, has this annual cost structure of $20,000. At Real, you're seeing that it's at $13,750. At EXP as a solo agent, it's a little bit higher. You're seeing that the Real broker structure has an 85-15 split versus the 80-20. They have a 16K cap at EXP versus our cap at 12. And the dollar per deal fees change a little bit as well. A few extra things that we've noticed and I had to model in here is, of course, there's no monthly fee that goes involved with the Canadian side of Real, and there isn't in the US either. And there's no kind of additional fees on a broker review or an E&O. This is all built in to the annual $1,200 fee. So again, for us, when I was running this, you'll see that, okay, in this scenario, somebody's commission after splits under that scenario we talked about is $75,000. At Real, it's $82,000, so you're saving some money. At EXP, you're still saving money over this gentleman or this gal, but it's not as high. You can see there's a $5,000 difference, and this is not a high producing agent. That's a 12-year agent, seeing that there's that much difference. Now, again, a few more differences you need to point out when we're talking about the costs and the splits and the rewards. At Real, the capping share reward is quite lucrative right now. And this is going to change as we grow through 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. EXP's found their setup. They know exactly what's happening. They've grown. They're the juggernaut, and they have a fixed fee right now. Not sure if that's going to change either. It may or may not. Right now, where the company's positioned, there's 750 shares offered when you do cap. That's shares. That's true shares on the NASDAQ. That's a significant amount. You're seeing that award for that agent selling 12 homes a year is significant. 3,500 versus the capping reward at EXP is a little bit less, 512, right? So 7 times less. Now, both companies have a share purchase plan, both available post-cap and pre-cap. What I've defined here is the pre-cap. Here, both companies can basically allow their agents to put $3,200 at EXP to $3,400 in pre-cap dollars into a share purchase plan. Incredible, all right? The franchise offers don't offer these. And then, but here's the difference here again, the award level. At EXP, it's a 10% to market discount. That's a great deal, right? 10% is still a great thing off. But at Real, it's a little different right now. They're offering 25% free rewards. That's hard to beat, right? Again, that's almost a 3x difference between the two. Let's go now to post-cap share purchase. This again matters for those that want to invest long-term and build equity and build net worth, which is exactly what both of these platforms are looking to do for agents. So the post-cap share purchase plan at EXP continues, right? That 10% to discount, 10% to market discount allows you to keep purchasing 5% of your commissions and keep putting it in. At Real, it's a little different. They allow you to up it now to 10% of your gross commissions, and they allow you Not only do they do that, but they provide you a 50% increase. So you see, I've purchased 1,600 in this scenario post cap, where I was using my commissions after cap as I continue to sell homes at 100% split, and I put 1,600 more in. The company is providing 50% return, so $800 versus 80. That's a 10x difference between the companies. So as we scroll down, you'll see net take home. This is where things almost look to even out. Net take home 75,000, because it's there is none of this in this person's scenario. But at Real, they have a $77,000 take home, and at EXP it's a little bit less at 73. You'll see these look to be about the same, because along the journey in both EXP and at Real, agents were investing into their long-term equity. So it was taken away from their net take home that brings it closer in line to their current scenario. So they basically have the same amount of money, but it's like, what have I done with the rest? Right? At their current scenario, this has gone just to pay the company. Right? At Real and at EXP, it's a little different. Right? That has gone into equity building. All right. So let's look here. Share purchase value plan. Right? In this scenario, this is the agent purchased 5,000. At EXP, at the same earner was allowed to do 4,000. So again, you're allowed to put a little bit more into your future savings. But here's the big difference again, and we talked about it earlier. This is now awards from the brokerage. That's capping awards, pre and post stock rewards, any attraction which we didn't factor into here in rev share. But you can see here 900 at EXP versus 5,154 in this scenario. That's a significant difference in company paid free rewards that start to compound and provide an incredible opportunity for wealth building. So at the end of the day, your money, this is your net take home, right? Plus agent contributed share purchase plans, and then the awards your company gave. This is where you see your current scenario, one deal a year agent under that scenario, still 75,000, right? At Real, we have $87,000 here left from that initial 96, right? That is significantly different. That's an $11,000 savings. At EXP, not quite as good. There is a bit of savings, but because those awards aren't as high, you don't get as much. So let me show you this. Net brokerage cost, that buddy's or gal's first thing, $20,000. Now the net brokerage cost at Real for this agent, 12 deals a year, is only $8,000. That's a significant difference. And at EXP, it's still $17,000. Still quite high, but it's still better than their current scenario. The cost savings to join Real versus their brokerage in this scenario is $12,000, right? The cost savings to join EXP is still better than, and that's why, again, you're seeing them grow like crazy, $3,000. There's $3,000. That's nothing to, it's a vacation for many people. Now, the big thing that we had to decide was cost savings, net opportunity for our agent body as we go for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, many of us 20 years left in our career. And this difference, this 9,282 for the average agent at my brokerage, which was selling 12 deals a year, this was significant. This was something that when you compound it over their career was undeniable. And I wanted to point this out to you so you can see. Now also net worth, right? First year net worth gain, $10,000 versus $5,000. The full capping agent will have a $5,000 better net worth position because of the opportunities that come at Real versus EXP right now, based on when I shot this video, the present day dollars. So this is something I just wanted to share with you, right? This is something that you should be going through these decisions, and it should be part of what you do as a realtor, deciding which one is the fit for you. I'm in the belief that an agent-owned company that's vesting, that's providing opportunities for its agents to grow, to build wealth, and to share in the upside. I believe this is the thing that's going to continue to change our industry, and it also puts the power back in our hands as realtors. That's important to fight off commission compression, to fight off the big data companies that have attempted and are continuing to attempt to disrupt what we love about our business. Agent-owned businesses will put the power back. It's companies like Exp that forge the way, and Real Broker that's here now that are providing these opportunities. Now, again, if you wanted to learn more about how this specific scenario could play out in your world, I'd love to chat, just have an unbiased discussion. And like I said, it's so much more than just the data and the numbers. But for me and for many of our agents, that is something that overarches everything. Thanks for listening.